What if I told you that behind the glitz, glam, and wedding day smiles, a storm was brewing so explosive it could tear the entire Love and Hip Hop Atlanta cast apart? Sources are confirming that Jim Jones didn't just confront Chrissy, he erupted backstage in a moment captured by cameras that will leave you speechless. Insiders claim years of tension, secrets, and whispered betrayals finally collided in one jaw-dropping showdown, and the footage is unlike anything fans have ever seen. Every eye in the room was locked on them, every word dripping with rage, disbelief, and raw emotion. Chrissy, caught completely off guard, tried to maintain her composure, but the shock on her face says it all. And the reactions of everyone around them, pure chaos. Social media is already exploding. Fans are dissecting every second, and insiders are hinting that this is only the beginning. Friendships could crumble, reputations could be destroyed, and alliances might never recover. This isn't just drama, it's a reality TV earthquake, and you're about to witness it firsthand. The air backstage was thick with tension. The moment Chrissy's wedding reveal came to an end, what was supposed to be a night of celebration quickly morphed into something no one saw coming. Sources tell us that Jim Jones, who had been quietly simmering for months, finally reached his breaking point. He stormed into the room with a presence so charged it could be felt across the entire backstage area. Every cast member's eyes snapped toward him as he moved, a storm in human form, his gaze locked exclusively on Chrissy. The whispers started almost immediately, questions, speculation, and a palpable fear that something monumental was about to explode. Insiders reveal that the confrontation started with what seemed like casual questions. But as soon as Jim's tone shifted, it became clear this was anything but casual. He leaned in, his voice low but dangerous, questioning decisions, alliances, and secrets Chrissy thought were buried deep. Sources say that for Chrissy, the shock was instantaneous. Her wedding glow couldn't mask the confusion and sudden fear that washed over her face. Every word Jim spoke seemed to pierce her carefully curated composure, and for the first time, fans could see cracks in her usual poise. The cameras captured it, all: the widening eyes, the subtle trembling of hands, the way she stepped back slightly, almost instinctively, as though bracing for impact. The insiders confirmed that the argument quickly escalated. Jim Jones, known for his blunt honesty and lack of filter, unleashed months of pent-up frustration, grievances, and accusations that had been simmering in private. Chrissy, caught completely off guard, attempted to respond, to explain, to defend herself, but Jim's words kept cutting through her attempts like a razor. Leaked messages, later revealed by insiders, suggest that Jim had felt betrayed on multiple levels, not just personally, but professionally. Allegedly, there were situations where he felt blindsided by her actions, decisions that had consequences he hadn't anticipated. And now, in that narrow backstage hallway, years of tension exploded in real time. Social media erupted within minutes of fans getting their first glimpses of the backstage chaos. Clips of Jim approaching Chrissy, the intensity in his eyes, and her stunned reaction began circulating like wildfire. Hashtags like #JimVizChrissy, #WeddingShowdown, and #BackstageDrama began trending almost instantly. Fans dissected every second: how Chrissy's hand flew to her mouth in shock, how Jim's voice carried that unmistakable mix of anger and disbelief, and how other cast members attempted to subtly capture the drama on their phones. The scene wasn't just tense, it was cinematic, chaotic, and emotionally charged in a way that only true reality TV gold can deliver. Sources claim that what made this confrontation even more explosive was the content of Jim's accusations. It wasn't about small misunderstandings or petty slights. It was about long-hidden secrets and perceived betrayals that went deep into Chrissy's personal and professional life. According to insiders, Jim questioned decisions Chrissy had made without consulting him, alliances she had formed with other cast members, and choices that could have undermined both of their reputations. Every accusation was delivered with precision, every word calculated to make her feel the weight of months of hidden tension. The cameras captured Chrissy's expressions, perfectly moments of disbelief, defensive posturing, and fleeting flashes of anger. The confrontation reportedly reached a point where neither Chrissy nor Jim could contain themselves. Sources say that voices were raised and the tone became confrontational to the point of intimidation. It wasn't just a discussion, it was a battle of words, power, and emotion. Chrissy, despite her attempts to remain calm, struggled to defend herself. Every time she spoke, Jim's responses were sharper, faster, and more relentless, forcing her to rethink her answers on the spot. Insiders hint at moments where Chrissy appeared to almost break down, only to regain composure and fire back with statements that left even Jim momentarily stunned. But the chaos didn't end there. Leaked clips suggest that other cast members, some loyal to Jim and some to Chrissy, attempted to intervene, either to mediate or to secretly record. Their presence added another layer of tension. Sources claim that these bystanders inadvertently escalated the situation, creating a high-stakes environment where every word and gesture was scrutinized. The energy backstage reportedly became almost unbearable, with emotions running so high that even seasoned cast members admitted later they had never seen anything like it. Every whispered comment, every side glance, every moment of hesitation amplified the intensity of what was unfolding. Insiders also claim that part of what fueled Jim's confrontation was a series of leaked messages that came to light in the hours before the wedding. According to these sources, the messages painted a picture of Chrissy making decisions and forming alliances without transparency, which Jim interpreted as disloyalty. The wedding reveal, which should have been a joyful event, inadvertently became the catalyst for exposing these hidden grievances. For Jim, it wasn't just personal, it was an emotional reckoning that had been simmering beneath the surface for months. Chrissy's reactions, as captured on camera, were reportedly a mix of shock, defiance, and calculated restraint. She tried to explain, to clarify intentions, and even to redirect the conversation toward resolution, but Jim was relentless. Sources say there were moments when Chrissy's composure almost cracked, her hands trembling and her voice quivering. Yet every time she tried to regain control, Jim's words cut through, relentless and precise, exposing vulnerabilities, inconsistencies, and moments of perceived betrayal. Meanwhile, social media users weren't just watching, they were actively dissecting the drama. Clips went viral in seconds, memes were created, and fan debates ignited about who was right, who was wrong, and what secrets might still be lurking in the shadows. The #weddingbackstage drama became an overnight sensation, with thousands of fans speculating about what was said, what was meant, and what the fallout might be. Every leaked snippet of video, every captioned screenshot fueled the frenzy, creating an online storm that mirrored the chaos unfolding backstage. And then came the twist insiders are calling the ultimate bombshell. Sources claim that in the midst of Jim's verbal onslaught, Chrissy dropped a revelation of her own, something that left Jim visibly shaken. The details remain partially obscured, but insiders hint that it was a personal truth, a secret that reframed the entire confrontation. One source described the moment as a shift in power, a turning point where the tables could have been flipped in a single sentence. The reaction was immediate. Jim paused, his expression a mix of shock, disbelief, and recalibration. The room, already electric, seemed to hold its collective breath, waiting to see what would happen next. The aftermath of that moment reportedly created ripples across the entire cast. Sources say some members tried to intervene, others stayed silent, and a few quietly documented the chaos on their phones. Every eye was locked on Jim and Chrissy, every whisper. By the time Jim finally stepped back, the room reportedly remained electric. The tension hadn't dissipated. It had only intensified. Cast members whispered, shifted uncomfortably, and tried to process the weight of what they had just witnessed. Chrissy, for her part, reportedly maintained her composure outwardly, but was internally grappling with the revelations, accusations, and the emotional intensity of the confrontation. Sources say she later admitted to friends that she had never felt so exposed, so vulnerable, yet so determined to defend herself. Fans are still dissecting every second of this legendary confrontation. The leaked audio, the backstage clips, and insider reports have created a perfect storm of speculation, discussion, and viral engagement. Questions abound. What were the hidden truths that sparked Jim's fury? What revelations did Chrissy make? In response, who else in the cast might be implicated? And most importantly, how will this confrontation shape the rest of the season? Insiders warn that this is far from over. They claim the backstage showdown is only the beginning, that more secrets, confrontations, and shocking revelations are set to emerge. If the leaked footage is any indication, viewers are about to witness a cascade of drama that could redefine relationships, trust, and loyalty in ways no one anticipated. As the cameras cut and the night drew to a close, one thing was clear: Jim Jones confronting Chrissy after her wedding reveal wasn't just another reality TV moment, it was a seismic event. Alliances would shift, friendships would be tested, and fans would be left replaying every second, searching for the truth behind the chaos. And insiders assure us, it's just the opening act. The tension backstage didn't just simmer after that initial confrontation, it exploded into something far bigger, far messier, and far more explosive than anyone could have imagined. Sources reveal that as Jim Jones stepped back from Chrissy, his eyes still blazing, the air was electric with unspoken accusations. The first words may have paused, but the war of emotions was just getting started. Insiders say that whispers started circulating almost immediately. Messages were flying on phones, and cast members were pulling each other aside to discuss what had just gone down. Every glance, every subtle shift in posture, every twitch of a hand told a story louder than words ever could. Leaked audio confirms that Jim's anger was far from over. He allegedly followed Chrissy moments later, demanding explanations for actions she thought were private, questioning alliances, and hinting at betrayals she hadn't expected to be exposed in such a public, high-stakes environment. Chrissy, reportedly trying to regain control, spoke calmly at first, but sources insist the calm didn't last long. Jim's relentless probing pushed her buttons in ways that made even the seasoned reality star break her composure. Voices rose, hearts pounded, and the tension grew to a near unbearable peak, leaving everyone backstage holding their breath. Sources say the argument unearthed secrets no one expected to see in public. Chrissy allegedly revealed details about past decisions, alliances, and conversations that had never been aired before. Moments that not only defended her actions, but also threw Jim into a whirlwind of disbelief. Insiders hint that these revelations could change fans' perception of him forever, shifting the narrative and making viewers question everything they thought they knew about loyalty, trust, and the inner workings of this cast. The room reportedly went silent at certain points, as if everyone was collectively absorbing truths that were far more shocking than mere gossip. The social media fallout was instantaneous. Fans grabbed snippets of video, clips of whispered comments, and even screenshots of subtle gestures, dissecting every second. Hashtags like #JimJonesUnleashed and #ChrissyWeddingDrama began trending globally within hours. Insider reports claim that fan theories and debates flooded Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, with thousands taking sides, analyzing body language and speculating on which cast members had taken which hidden positions. Some fans even claimed they could hear the subtext of every word exchanged, calling it raw, unfiltered chaos and the confrontation of the decade. And then, according to insiders, came an unexpected twist. Sources say that just as the intensity reached a fever pitch, another cast member stepped into the room with a phone. tempting to mediate but inadvertently escalating the situation. Leaked footage reportedly shows this third party trying to calm Jim. But Chrissy's defensiveness and the raw emotion of the moment made the situation almost combustible. Every gesture, every attempt at diplomacy seemed to backfire, making the confrontation more dramatic and more intense. Some insiders even hint that this intervention triggered the biggest revelation of the night, something that could have permanent consequences for multiple cast members. According to sources, the confrontation also unveiled a series of previously hidden texts and messages that had circulated between Jim and other cast members. These messages allegedly painted a picture of Chrissy making strategic moves, forming secret alliances, and allegedly manipulating situations to her advantage. Jim reportedly used these messages as evidence, questioning her intentions, loyalty, and transparency. Chrissy, however, pushed back, revealing context, explanations, and even counter-accusations that reportedly left Jim momentarily speechless. The emotional intensity reportedly reached a boiling point, with tears, raised voices, and moments of pure disbelief. Insiders confirm that Chrissy's reactions were a mix of defiance and vulnerability. While she tried to assert control, every word she spoke seemed to open a new front in the confrontation. Jim, according to leaks, responded with relentless intensity, dissecting past actions and decisions in real time. Cast members, meanwhile, were reportedly frozen in awe and shock, unable to look away as the drama unfolded. Some attempted to intervene subtly, while others quietly captured every second, knowing the moment was destined to go down in reality. TV history. But here's where things took a jaw-dropping turn. Sources claim that at one point, Chrissy revealed a piece of insider information that implicated yet another cast member in previous betrayals. Jim reportedly paused, his expression a mix of shock, anger, and calculation. The revelation, insiders hint, shifted the entire dynamic backstage, creating an emotional ripple effect that left everyone uncertain about loyalties, intentions, and the hidden alliances in the room. Fans watching leaked clips online couldn't believe what they were seeing. Every comment, every raised eyebrow, every moment of hesitation was dissected for clues about future conflicts. Leaked audio and messages suggest that the confrontation wasn't just personal, it was strategic, exposing layers of manipulation, influence, and loyalty tests that few in the room fully understood. Sources claim that Jim's anger stemmed from years of pent-up frustration, compounded by suspicions that Chrissy had intentionally positioned herself in ways that challenged his influence over the group. Chrissy's defense, according to insiders, revealed her own fears, calculated moves, and attempts to navigate the volatile landscape of relationships and power dynamics that define this cast. The clash wasn't just a personal battle, it was a chess game. And every move carried emotional weight, reputational risk, and the potential for viral exposure. And the fallout didn't stop with the confrontation itself. Social media chaos intensified when insiders leaked screenshots of conversations and snippets of video that revealed even more about the drama. Fans were left analyzing every nuance: Jim's tone, Chrissy's gestures, the timing of interventions, and the subtleties of facial expressions. Hashtags like #BackstageRevealed and #WeddingConfrontation exploded as thousands of fans debated what had been said, who was in the right, and what secrets were still hidden. The online reaction mirrored the chaos backstage, creating a perfect storm of speculation, outrage, and anticipation for what would happen next. Then came a moment insiders are calling the ultimate twist. Sources reveal that Chrissy, in a bold move, processing the magnitude of what had just been revealed. The pause itself was electrifying. A moment where reality TV and real emotions collided in a way that left no one untouched. Leaked communications after the confrontation suggest that both Jim and Chrissy were emotionally drained, but far from finished. Sources say Jim continued to send private messages to trusted cast members, expressing his frustration, disbelief, and determination to confront the truth head-on. Meanwhile, Chrissy allegedly confided in close allies that she felt cornered, but unwavering, determined to defend her integrity while exposing hidden truths about the situation. The tension, insiders confirm, set the stage for more explosive encounters. More leaked revelations and a cascade of drama that would dominate social media for weeks. By the time the dust settled temporarily, insiders report that the backstage environment was irrevocably changed. Friendships were strained, alliances questioned, and reputations hanging in the balance. Every cast member reportedly reevaluated their position in the group, aware that secrets, revelations, and confrontations could resurface at any moment. Sources hint that the fallout from this particular confrontation would echo far beyond the wedding day, shaping storylines, relationships, and audience perceptions for the remainder of the season. Fans continue to replay leaked clips, dissecting every glance, every raised hand, every tense pause. The drama didn't just provide entertainment, it offered a rare glimpse into the raw, unfiltered chaos that exists behind the glitz and glam of reality TV. Sources confirm that the confrontation revealed layers of emotion, hidden agendas, and deeply personal grievances that could have long-term consequences for both Jim and Chrissy. Social media reactions were instantaneous, and hashtags like hashtag Jim vs Chrissy Backstage and hashtag wedding revealed chaos continue to trend as fans eagerly anticipate the next shocking revelation. Insiders warn that the fallout from this confrontation is only just beginning. More secret conversations, additional confrontations, and unforeseen twists are expected to emerge, making it clear that the wedding reveal confrontation is far from over. Every word spoken, every gesture made, and every reaction captured has set the stage for future explosive moments. According to sources, the drama is expected to escalate even further, leaving fans questioning loyalties, intentions, and the true nature of relationships within the cast. And just when you thought it couldn't get any more intense, insiders hint at another bombshell. Additional footage and leaked messages, but haven't surfaced yet, could completely reframe the confrontation. Alliances that seemed solid may crumble, friendships may shatter, and fan perception of both Jim and Chrissy could be permanently altered. The backstage showdown isn't just a dramatic moment, it's a seismic event that will shape the narrative, influence future episodes, and dominate discussions for weeks. This is reality TV history unfolding in real time. Jim Jones confronting Chrissy backstage after her wedding reveal isn't just another episode, it's a turning point. It's a game changer and a full-blown spectacle that fans will be talking about long after the cameras stop rolling. And insiders assure us that this is far from the end. Secrets, revelations, and betrayals are still waiting to be revealed, making the next chapter even more explosive, more shocking, and more impossible to ignore. The tension didn't dissipate. After the initial confrontation, it metastasized into chaos, spreading to every corner of the backstage area. Sources reveal that as Jim Jones and Chrissy attempted to step away from the immediate cluster of cast members, the air remained electric with resentment, disbelief, and raw emotion. Insiders say the room buzzed with whispers, speculations, and frantic messages as every person tried to navigate the minefield of alliances, secrets, and personal vendettas that had just erupted. Every eye darted, every hand twitched, and every slight movement was analyzed for hidden intentions. This wasn't. Insider reports suggest that the confrontation didn't just expose betrayal, it also revealed vulnerability. Chrissy reportedly admitted feelings of fear, mistrust, and emotional strain, while Jim, despite his fury, was forced to grapple with the depth of his own emotional investment. The scene reportedly became a rare mix of personal confession and strategic posturing. each layer adding intensity and unpredictability to an already combustible situation. Observers describe the atmosphere as raw, unfiltered, and almost unbearable to witness. Leaked recordings and insider texts indicate that as the confrontation drew to an uneasy pause, both Jim and Chrissy had made subtle but significant shifts in posture, tone, and expression, signaling ongoing tension and unresolved issues. Sources claimed that while no physical altercation occurred, the emotional intensity was akin to an eruption, leaving every cast member backstage aware that this confrontation would not be forgotten and would likely influence all future interactions. Fans watching online were quick to notice these subtleties, sparking debates, fan analyses, and widespread anticipation for the next episode, according to sources. Chrissy's final words during this confrontation reportedly left Jim and others reeling. She allegedly hinted at further revelations, suggesting that the information exposed so far was only the beginning of a series of strategic disclosures that could reshape the entire cast's dynamics. Jim, reportedly momentarily speechless, realized that the confrontation was far from over and that the fallout would continue to escalate, both backstage and across social media. Leaked insider communications indicate that following the confrontation, several cast members privately strategized about how to navigate the aftermath. Alliances were questioned, loyalties reconsidered, and social media monitoring became a high-priority task as everyone tried to anticipate the next wave of exposure. The emotional and strategic stakes reportedly could not have been higher, with insiders predicting that the ripple effects would dominate storylines, fan discussions, and casting decisions for the remainder of the season. And just when it seemed the confrontation might finally settle, sources hint at an unexpected twist. Leaked footage suggests that Chrissy may have anticipated Jim's reactions, strategically positioning herself to reveal information at precise moments to maximize impact. Jim, according to insiders, may have underestimated her preparation and resolve, leading to moments of disbelief and vulnerability that were captured in video clips now circulating online. Fans are already dissecting these clips, analyzing timing, expression, and tone, anticipating what might happen next and how this confrontation will shape the remainder of the season. As the cameras rolled and the room remained charged with tension, insiders claim that the confrontation fundamentally altered relationships within the cast. Trust fractures, alliances reshaped, and reputations scrutinized. Every participant backstage reportedly left acutely aware that nothing would ever be the same. The drama, insiders say, has set the stage for even more explosive encounters, secret revelations, and strategic maneuvers that will continue to dominate storylines, influence fan perception, and redefine relationships among the cast. By the end of the night, sources report that both Jim and Chrissy had retreated to separate areas, emotionally spent but far from finished. The confrontation, while technically paused, left unresolved tension, unanswered questions, and the promise of further revelations. Fans, analysts, and insiders agree that this backstage showdown will be remembered as one of the most intense, shocking, and emotionally charged moments in reality TV history. The implications are enormous: friendships tested, alliances broken, and secrets exposed in a dramatic crescendo that continues to ripple through every episode and every online discussion. And insiders warn that the most shocking elements of the confrontation may not have even surfaced yet. Leaked texts, private messages, and additional video footage are reportedly still being reviewed, suggesting that even more revelations could be coming, further destabilizing cast dynamics and pushing relationships to their breaking points. One thing is certain: the drama between Jim Jones and Chrissy is far from over, and the fallout will continue to dominate headlines, social media, and every conversation among fans and insiders alike. If you thought the wedding reveal was dramatic, This backstage confrontation has taken reality TV to an entirely new level. Every glance, every whispered accusation, and every reveal has set the stage for ongoing conflict. Shocking twists and moments that fans will dissect endlessly. And insiders insist that this is only the beginning. More explosive confrontations. Hidden alliances and emotional bombshells are on the horizon. The night ended with unresolved tension, smoldering frustration, and the sense that the next episode could deliver a cascade of revelations that would make this confrontation look tame by comparison. I guess. As Jim and Chrissy prepared to navigate the aftermath, every cast member backstage reportedly understood that the rules had changed, loyalties had shifted, and the season's drama had officially reached unprecedented heights. The story is far from over, and insiders warn that the true scale of betrayal, strategy, and emotional turbulence is yet to fully unfold. You've just witnessed the most explosive backstage confrontation in Love and Hip Hop Atlanta history, and, trust me, this is only the beginning. Jim Jones versus Chrissy wasn't just drama. It was a full-scale revelation that's shaking friendships, alliances, and reputations to their core. Every whisper, every glance, every secret exposed has set the stage for even more shocking twists that you cannot afford to miss. If you think you've seen it all, think again. The next episode promises bombshells that will have the cast and fans questioning everything they thought they knew. And here's the deal. The more you engage, the more you become part of this unfolding chaos. Comment your reactions, pick your side, and tell us who you think is really in the wrong. Share this video with your friends so they can witness the drama that's taking reality TV by storm. Most importantly, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because if you blink, you'll miss the next jaw-dropping revelation that's guaranteed to go viral. This is the kind of moment that defines a season, and you have a front row seat. Don't just watch the drama, be part of it. Comment, share, and subscribe right now, or risk missing the next backstage bombshell that will leave the entire Lejado world reeling. Time is ticking, the secrets are spilling, and the fallout is just getting started. Are you ready to see everything unfold? Then don't wait, engage now, because this story is far from over, and the next twist will shock you even more.